Today's question comes from the Mind Games Facebook group. So welcome to Mind Games TV 27, How to Not Smash Everything with a Baseball Bat. And remember, you can always join the Mind Games Facebook group if you become a free member at my website, mindgames.gg. You'll get an invitation automatically. Not so automatically. I actually have to go through and invite everybody. So the fastest way to send me an email after you become a member and say, hey, add me to the Facebook group, and I'll do it right away. Or you can click the link to the Facebook group and just request an invitation or request admittance, and that will get processed really fast. Or you can just wait. Every month I go through and I try to add everybody who's joined. So, okay, Carlos asks, let's see, how do I summarize this? He says, it's very stressful to play. When I get down to playing ladder, whether it's in CSGO or League of Legends or Dota, due to mental stress, I'm not able to perform like I know that I can. So at a higher skill than I'm able to. I freeze, or I play slower than my mind actually paces. So like I think of something, but I can't actually do the reaction. It's so frustrating. I feel out of sync with my mind and my body. And he tries to do like exercises to stay relaxed and clear-headed, but it doesn't really work. And when things go bad, he just wants to smash things with a baseball bat, which of course he doesn't do because he's a nice, well-adjusted person. But, we all feel that way. I feel that way. Felt that way a couple hours ago. Okay, so let's talk about, and he finishes off by saying, I've considered that maybe it's my own environment or atmosphere, or that I it's my subconscious, or I self-sabotage myself, or like I've thought about a lot of things, but I can't really figure out like my own kind of self. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about self-awareness. I think that self-awareness is a very underappreciated quality in America, specifically. I think that we shy away from things that are like, develop yourself by understanding yourself. We kind of take it at we don't take it at face value, kind of take it to mean metaphorically like, knowing what we want, or something very simple. But we are very unwilling to go through the motions required to become incredibly self-aware. That is, things like journaling. We think diaries are mostly, for girls and things like that, teenage girls specifically. So we aren't willing to do the things necessary, like journaling or talking with mentors, or putting in the quiet kind of self-critical or self-analytical work of what it is that makes us tick and what it is that we truly want. And there's no one simple, like, I can pull out a card and read it answer for Carlos's issue here. Like every single article on my website basically is addressing this concept, and it's a path. It's a growth towards self-awareness. But one thing I can say is that for starters, it sounds like you're trying to perform. You're going into a game and you want to perform. Why do you get pissed when you don't perform? Because you're on stage, because people are looking at you, because they're judging you and evaluating you. And first and foremost, sitting there right in the front row is yourself. So you're judging and criticizing and observing yourself as you perform, and you're maligning yourself for misperforming. So the first thing that you're going to have to do is get the performance out of your play. Whether it's you're just playing for fun or you're just playing to train and to learn, you have to expect to not perform at your peak when you are playing and learning, because that doesn't happen. If you're pushing the edges of your performance level, if you are pushing your limits, if you are striving to compete, if you are playing against people who are playing at your level or above it, then you will constantly feel slow, feel out of sync with your body. You'll be on the edge of like having a skill, but not the other skill that backs it up. You'll be able to perfectly throw a nade in one situation, but not under fire, okay? Because these are things that you learn through practice, through doing them. And a lot of times, you will have this like out of sync feeling where some certain skills develop faster than others, where you know what you want to do, but you can't execute it mechanically yet. Remember, motor learning is different from strategic learning. That's why there are analysts and offensive coordinators in sports that cannot do the actual sport. Okay, strategic learning, Motor learning, totally different. Okay, the elite athletes are elite athletes because they have the motor skills that they trained up. Those take repetition and training, and when you're bad at them, you're not good at them, and it feels like you're bad at them as you're building up the growth towards them. And remember that like every single time you think you learn a skill, you're actually unlocking the ability to practice it at a higher level. So you learn how to shoot, in CSGO, or you learn how to CS. Then you have to relearn the same skill again while you're trading, or while you're playing a different champion, or while you're flashbanged, or while you're invading a different bomb site from the CT side. So all of these skills, as you get better at them, you simply unlock the ability to play against better opponents and to practice them in completely different situations and learn what is essentially a brand new motor skill, which involves wiping out your old motor skill. So you need to get used to experiencing this kind of sensation, this desynchronicity, and this learning sensation as you play. That is the feeling of growth. You should actually seek it out. You should be afraid of when it's not happening. You should see those perfect, wonderful games where everything is easy, and you should think, I wasn't challenged. I didn't get a chance to, get put off my game. There wasn't anybody in this game who was equal to me, or I wasn't pushing myself hard enough to force myself into a point of failure where I could actually learn something. So I have trained myself to be afraid of those moments of success when you seem to be able to do something easily and it all just comes. So I think that one of the first and best ways to kind of approach this concept is to think about self-awareness. Analyze yourself. Recognize when you are putting yourself on stage in that performance mindset, when you are forcing yourself to try to live up to some sort of standard and you're judging your performance, and start approaching these situations as a person seeking mastery instead of seeking to best somebody else. So as a person who is motivated by being better than yourself at the end of the day, rather than trying to be better than somebody else in the game that you're in. So that kind of mindset going in will keep you learner-oriented. Now, my main goal, of course, is still to be better than other people. You can keep that drive in there to beat others. But it's better to have both of those drives, both the mastery-oriented mindset of trying to better yourself as well as the competitive-oriented mindset of trying to be better than somebody else. So focus on the learning, focus on the training, and make sure that you get yourself off the stage of performance and stop judging your own performance against what you think you potentially should be able to do, and instead judge your performance in terms of how much effort you put into your training and how much you were able to challenge yourself and how much you see a gap in the performance as far as what you want to perform like, because that is actually your fuel. When you see some idol of yourself and you're like, that's what I want to be doing, that's what I wish I could do, that is the move that I wish I had pulled off here that I failed at, then that just means that you are motivated to keep training it, keep drilling it, keep perfecting it until it comes out so smoothly and automatically that you don't even have to think about it anymore. So that's my answer, Carlos, and I'm sorry if this one went a little bit long. I'm trying to keep them down to 5 minutes, but they keep creeping longer and longer. This one was about 8 minutes or so. So thanks for sticking with me, and as always, this episode is sponsored by Mind Games patrons. You can see all about my 5 patrons currently when this video is being filmed. I think it'll be a lot more later, but you can check those people out. I don't want to say guys because there's a girl there too. Those amazing people out at mindgames.gg/patron. That's Patron. You'll see the link down below. And join us. That would be great.